So what's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to my channel. As you can see, I found a 2020 Chevy Silverado LTZ 2500, and of course this one is equipped with the diesel engine. I want to show you guys around this truck, but most importantly I want to show you guys the payload. This truck has one of the highest payloads I've ever seen on a diesel engine that is not a base model trim level. Let's go ahead and get started. Now, if you're not familiar, this truck was redesigned for 2020. The entire truck has been completely reworked. This truck has a higher towing capacity, stronger frame, and does now have a 10-speed transmission mated to this Duramax. There was a 6.6 liter V8 added also, so this truck is definitely new for this model year. This truck does carry over the Duramax engine, which has 440 horsepower, 910 pound-feet of torque. And on the front end, new for 2020 is these LED headlights. I have not had a chance to really see them at night, but it has LED headlights. It has LED fog lights. Love the fact that they spelt out Chevrolet on the front end, and this is an LTZ model, so there's one level above this one, which is the High Country. So you're gonna have a little bit more luxury features on that truck there. But I love the way it looks on the front end. I really think they did a good job making this truck look aggressive on the front end. Now this would be the daytime running light strips that you get. The only way these come on is if you are in drive. But I really do like the design overall though. They look really aggressive. Chevy did redesign their side mirrors. They do actually extend out automatically by the push of a button, and you can get a 360 view camera system on this truck. I have not found one yet with that camera system, but you can actually opt for it too. I'm not a huge fan of this truck in white, I gotta be honest with you. It does look a little bit more bland. It looks like a work truck, and it's probably just really the wheels and not having any running boards. It does make it look a little work truckish. But they do give you this side step on the side of the bed that would come in handy if you are looking to hook up a trailer. You can probably lock in your kingpin if you need to. And they also give you steps on the side of the truck, also on the back. Now, if you haven't had a chance yet, be sure to check out my review I did on the 3500. That truck did have 2 overload leaf springs compared to this one, which does not have overload leaf springs. It does have your main pack leaf springs on the rear suspension there. You do have the dampened tailgate, and you can get this truck with a spray and bed liner from the factory. They do give you the 5th wheel and gooseneck prep package also, and they give you a camera system, but this truck only has LEDs in the back of the bed here. They do give you a 12-volt plug, 400 watts. I do like that they give you this like little piece here on the tailgate, because you can actually lift it up with one finger. I mean, I'm holding the camera and I'm able to do that. And as you see, you do have a power tailgate too, so you never really have to touch it at all. I'll show that to you guys here in a moment. But backup camera, and I believe this is also a camera too to show you your hitch, your tongue hitch down here. Overall styling in the back looks really good too. Let me go grab that key so you guys can see the tailgate. So here's how it works. So you hit the button twice. Obviously it'll drop down the tailgate. And if you hold the button, it'll go back up. Very easy to use and very, very convenient if you forget to put the tailgate up, like I do all the time when I'm inside my truck. As you can see, you have the parking sensors on the rear bottom of the bumper. But like I said, overall, really nice truck overall. I like the way it looks, very aggressive. Love how they designed the roof of the truck too. It does look like it has like a spoiler on the rear, and it looks very sporty. You do have a power sliding rear glass. So far, man, this is just such a really nice truck. And you know, with the amount of options and features that you get, it really is really nice. So let's go ahead and take a look at the interior. And like I said, I'll show you guys the window sticker too. All right, so we're gonna take it for a quick test drive. So I have John Spicer, one of the salesmen at Criswell here in Thurmont. If you're in the market for a truck or a car, feel free to reach out to him. You sell the Dodge and the Chryslers too, don't you?
Yeah, more specifically the Chevrolets, but
there you go. So what's better, Ram or Chevy?
Well, this new Chevy, Chevy's always had a loyal following with the Duramax, but with this new transmission and the increased towing capacity on these, they're going to get even more popular.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, Chevy's done a really good job, like really making this truck more robust. They did rework the frame of the truck. As I mentioned to you guys in the past, they actually did raise the gross vehicle weight rating, so now you have a higher payload number, which I'm going to show you guys at the end of the video here. But overall, I could tell you, I mentioned this in the last video I did of the Chevy truck, this truck does feel more refined. It's not as, it doesn't feel like a heavy duty truck anymore. It feels more tame, and as you guys saw in the rear suspension, you don't have the overload leaf springs, so you are going to have a little bit better ride. I'm expecting to ride better than that 3500 did. So this quiet engine is so hard to overlook too. You almost forget you're driving a diesel. So here's the truck that we're looking at, and as you see, Summit White is the exterior with a Gideon very dark atmosphere interior. So you have this light color seat, dark roof. This is kind of like a mocha color. I think Chevy's really big into mocha. I think whoever their designers are, they love that mocha color design. But it looks good though. I like it actually. And of course, as you saw, it does have that 6.6 V8 turbo diesel with the 10-speed Allison. Now these are going to be some of your safety and benefits for the owner, and then some of your standard features. Of course, they can't get them all on here, but this is what you're going to see pretty standard on a LTZ. And as I mentioned, this truck does have a 342 axle. Base price on this truck is going to be $53,300. And that is without the diesel engine, of course. Duramax is going to set you back $9,890, which is not bad because you're getting that 10-speed Allison transmission. Your LTZ Plus package is $2,565. And then here's everything that's going to come in there. Ventilated seats is actually an option, guys. Keep that in mind. Even on an LTZ. That's pretty odd. I'm surprised that they make that an option. And that package continues at the very top here. You're going to get those heated second row outboard seats. Power up and down tailgate's optional too. LED lighting in the door bed. Front and rear park assist. Lane change alert. And side blind zone alert. Rear cross traffic alert. 342 ratio. Now, as you guys can see, this is a 3/4 ton truck with a gross vehicle weight rating of 11,350 pounds. That is pretty cool. I cannot wait to show you guys the payload on this truck. It's one of the highest I've seen on a 3/4 ton truck, especially on a trim level like this. Now you do have those 18-inch aluminum wheels with the silver accents. With destination at $1,595, you have a total price, you ready for this, of $66,850. That is not bad money for a diesel truck with this amount of options. I mean, this is a really nice truck. I don't like the fact that it has all this hard plastic, but it's not bad. I mean, you do have that nice aluminum look around the interior, carries over with this dark wood, and I like the two-tone color tones. I mean, you have that light stitching on the door, and of course it kind of matches the seat, so everything flows really well. This truck does not have a sunroof. I mentioned in my other video I wanted to see how high the roof would be, and the reason why is because if you're looking out the back, if you're hooking up your trailer, you can kind of sit up in your chair and really look over that back seat, because this back glass is really small. So if you don't get the cargo view camera, you probably would not want to get a sunroof because you have more headroom without it. Yeah, I can instantly tell. I mean, this road is pretty smooth, but I can tell it's a little bit more softer than the 3500. These cooled seats, they work really good too, actually. Do you ever have people cross shop the Ram and Chevy since it's so close?
You typically, truck people tend to be a little bit more loyal than your average car person, but with Chevy trucks and Ram trucks and Ford trucks. But yeah, they're these new styles coming out. They will cross shop, so you have to know what's going on and what they offer. And
yeah, you really can't go wrong with any of them, honestly. I mean, the Ram truck, what they've done with that brand is just ridiculous. But what Chevy's done is they want to say, I want to be a bigger player in those higher towing capacity numbers, and they're the top truck right now. If you need the max tow, the Chevy diesel dually is the best one you can get. Of course, it's going to be a regular cab with nothing on it, but still, I mean, you can tow 35,500 pounds.
right.
Alright, so I want to show you guys this little screen here, just like a multi-information display. The way that you control this is by this little toggle switch here and these left and right arrows. This is basically the home screen. You can customize this. You can change basically the three things that you see, like the miles per hour, the miles till empty, and the time. And of course, if you scoot over to the right using the right arrow, you can use the toggle to go down, trip 1, trip 2, and it shows you the fuel range, a few maintenance items here, tire pressure, a few maintenance items, fuel economy, filter change, filter life, DEF, and then info page. You can see your music, you can see the navigation. Of course, this truck is unfortunately in demo mode, so they probably have to take it into the shop to take it out of this demonstration mode here. And of course, you can customize the system here. That's how you would do it here in options. And then you just go back to the left, and that's pretty much it. But for the most part, as you see, very easy to read gauge cluster. You can change the modes. So you have tow haul mode, and you have normal and off-road settings there. This is your four-wheel drive. Chevy is the only truck that gives you an automatic four-wheel drive system, so it will kick in if the wheels start to spin. This is going to be the switch for your fog lights, bed light, and of course you can dim the lights inside of your gauge cluster there. Now this button here is for the lights on the outside mirror. I'm not really sure what they use them for. I don't know if they're really for, I don't really know what they're used for. They're probably just accent lights, but you can turn those on. You do have automatic headlights, and then of course moving down further, you can actually adjust those outside mirrors outward. You can actually close them too with this button if you need to park in a tight space. I've kind of played with this system today. The Apple CarPlay actually works really well on this truck. It's pretty much similar to the previous generation Chevy truck also, so it's nothing new there. If you hit the home button, of course you can see your radio stations, your phone. I believe you can customize this too. As time goes, I will find out for you guys, but you have a ton of presets there. If you were to swipe to the right, this will take you back to this menu page. You have a bunch of options for audio. You can go to FM, XM, AM, and pretty easy to use this system too. But it's pretty easy to use this system. For the most part, I find that this is probably a really good step in the right direction. I feel like just if you were to hit a button, it's very responsive, and if you need to customize things, it's very easy to do that too on the screen too. Now I like how they give you this quick menu below, so if you would like to go to your phone or go to climate or something like that, it's pretty easy to do that. Now I do notice you cannot swipe in this screen, so you would have to just go back to home. Now this is a really neat feature here. So this is basically like your trailering. I'm gonna assume this is like an app, but you can track the status of mileage, fuel economy, and electrical connections. Pretty cool that you can do this, and they have checklists, maintenance, all that good stuff. Looks like they can save the preferences for the trailer brake, but I will say that this is a really cool function. I do know that with my Keystone Cougar fifth wheel, they have a in-command system, and I do know that you can hook that system up to your truck in Chevy brand trucks and actually check updates on your trailer. So I think that's pretty cool, especially like if you're traveling for a couple of weeks, and let's just say you pack up, you hook the trailer up. If you get to your next destination and figure out what you need to do before you get there, you can check your trailer's tank system if you didn't dump them at the place that you were at. It's just a really cool idea to be able to look at things on demand within your trailer. You can check the battery life, things like that. That's really cool. And you can actually set up a camera inside or on the back of your trailer to help you see around it better, or see within it to see what's going on inside the trailer. That's a really cool idea. I'm really glad that they thought to do that. I love that Chevy still gives you the buttons out here, because it's still nice to not have to go through the screen to do everything. Now, heated and cooled seats are just below your climbing here. Very, very, very effective cooling seats too, by the way. Diesel exhaust brake. You have your parking sensors. If you don't see it lit, that means that it's off. Of course, you can drop the tailgate from within the truck. Cautions, traction control. This is the power button for your plug. And if you want, you can drop all 4 windows by the push of a button. This works really good in the summertime. If you need to get that heat out of here, that works really well, I bet. You do have some storage up top. Not a lot, it's not very deep, but you do have an additional one below here. Center console, you do have a spot to put a phone, and you do have additional storage below here too. One thing I would like to mention is how flat the floor surface is. It's easy to get in and out of this truck, by the way, too. Out back, you do have wood trim that follows to the rear seats. Nice little leather trim piece. Could be vinyl, but unfortunately, it do give you some hard plastic back here. Love the fact that they give you this little storage area. This would be a nice thing for my kids. They love to have toys spread out in my truck, and it would be nice to kind of give them a place to hide their junk. Now, you do have a 60/40 rear split seat, and you do have storage below the seat also. You can get an optional storage bin back here that gives you a little bit higher surface to add things, and you can actually probably put a floor style jack in the rear of the truck also. But as you can see, there's a lot of space back here. I mean, let me just show you this floor. The front seat is all the way back, and you do lose a little bit of space, but I will say the front of this truck is really big, so I could go up probably 3 inches, still be comfortable. They do give you a grab handle, and even with the seat all the way back, take a look at that. More than enough space in the rear. Out back, they do give you those seats, which was optional, and you do have some air vents for the rear occupants with some USBs and a power outlet. A lot of stuff back here to keep your occupants comfortable, and they do give you LED lighting inside this interior too.
I think a lot of people are using heavy duty trucks as dual purpose these days, especially with the price of them. So I always thought all the big 3 automakers, the towing will wind up being the same, but with the quieter diesel, and I've always thought between the big 3 that these have the best ride for a heavy duty truck.
Yeah, no, I agree. Yeah, and even with the 10-speed transmission, it's not busy either. I mean, I'm probably like in 6th gear right now, and I'm at just over 1,000 RPMs. I'm at about 1,100 RPMs, which is pretty crazy. And yeah, I'm doing about 50 miles an hour, and I'm still like 11, well, just between 11 and 1,200 RPMs. Yeah, I mean, I do know this is like a little bit bouncier, but it's not. But it's really soft though. It's really easy to see out of that rear glass. Oh yeah, you were in line. There are some twists and turns on this road.
Didn't want to tell you. See how it handles. Well, it handles well.
It actually, yeah. I wasn't ready for that. And hey, I didn't feel like this truck was losing control. Let's go. Oh yeah, very smooth shifts. 60 miles an hour. Takes no time at all to get there. And this truck is so soft in a good way, not soft in a bad way.
Right. Well, the diesels have such a big torque curve, but you can't wind them out, so to speak. So another big advantage aside with the 10-speed, increasing your towing, and what it does, you notice that it went smoothly from when you're under hard acceleration.
Yeah.
You don't notice the engine as much as with the old 6-speed.
True. But hey guys, like I said, thank you so much for watching the video. I'm going to show you guys the payload number on this truck. Like I said, when you see the number, I'm going to be leaning towards Chevy if you want a 3/4 ton truck. Ram, Ford, you better step your game up. This is the truck to have right now. If you want to buy a 3/4 ton truck to tow a fifth wheel, this is a truck you can do it with. So your gross vehicle weight rating for this truck is going to be 11,350 pounds. And you have a front gross axle weight rating of 5,600 pounds. And the rear is going to be 6,600 pounds. This is going to be your advertised towing numbers. Now as you see, you're going to have a max payload capacity of 3,563 pounds. And then take a look at your max conventional fifth wheel towing numbers also. And you're going to have a payload capacity of 3,351 pounds.